Hey, hey, it's Talia. I am coming to you live, perhaps for the last time from this location, because I just signed my first rental agreement this morning, and I'm very excited. And we get the keys on Wednesday, which is crazy. But Minecraft, we're doing Minecraft. I might be excited and distracted today, but that's actually nothing new. Anyway, if you've read the description, you know that we might be doing some building today, and I think we are. I want to build a cute little island town. I had a little bit of a look around in this world and could not find any cute little islands. But thankfully, we're playing with World Edit, so I can just make one. I'm not super good at that yet, but we're just gonna find out. We're gonna have a chill old time, and we're gonna hang out, and everything's gonna be fine. Is sand a natural block? You know she is. I don't know why I picked up sand, because what I need to do is make a wand thing. If you haven't used World Edit before, it is an essential building tool. I like to use a totem. Where's a totem select? A totem as my wand because I think it's fun. So you go slash brush and then sphere to get a nice round brush, and then sand is usually the best way to go with a brush because of the gravity. It makes it a lot less just circles. And then let's go for a size of 6. So now if I look at that sand, so now we just need to sculpt a little island. Imagine doing this unmodded by hand. That would be incredibly unpleasant. I guess people have done that in the past though, huh? You know, if you're the kind of old school that you have sculpted an island by hand, block by block, let me know because I'm very impressed by you. Okay, so I'm kind of going for like a jaune sort of shape. I don't know if all of that fit in frame, but like a mountain curving around to a cove sort of situation. At the moment I'm doing a terrible job of that. But that's okay, I can always brush some air in over the top. I also got to think about size. Because if we're putting a whole village on this island, it can't be this small. So let's actually just make this the top section here. I'm not sure. Obviously there's something under here that's causing crazy spikes. Let's actually have a peek at that, see what's going on down there. Because there's some sort of world gen thing. It might just be kelp that's causing me trouble. Yeah. Classic kelp. Absolute trouble. I got myself stuck in sand. Totally my fault. I've done it again. Okay. That's better. Looks like we've got that problem down here as well. I did not anticipate this problem because I've never used World Edit in the ocean before, but apparently sand and kelp not fans of each other. Which, you know, kind of makes sense. Why have I done this again? Okay, I mean, look, there are a couple more holes, but we can just sort of sort them out as we go. Actually, a lot of holes here. You know what we can do? We're gonna do a cheeky. We're gonna go replace near kelp. Oh, we have to do size first. In a radius of 60, we want to replace kelp plants with water. And that's just gone through, and anything within 60 blocks of where I was, all the kelp has just been replaced with water, which should theoretically solve our problem. Let's have a look. I am really bad at guessing radiuses. Oh, there we go. I think we've done it. I think we've solved our problem. Except that I'm now stuck. Okay, I was looking down, that was the problem. Look, we have fun here. That doesn't mean we know everything. As I say, I'm quite new at using World Edit, but I am very much enthused by it. Oh, we've got another hole here. Let's fill that up. Interesting, that is still being a hole. Let's have a look down there and see what's going on. Okay, it just doesn't like me very much. That's okay. You are not required to like me, sir. Okay, so let's keep on building this island around. It's going to be a nice big island, which is good. We don't want to have to squish everything in. I've stopped using music on this channel, and I think it was the right call, because it got to the point where I was listening to the same music over and over again, to the point where it was driving me crazy, which is what happens at work when we have the radio on. Well, sometimes it just feels very quiet, so I will just sort of start singing to myself, and that's fine. It's just part of the experience. Okay, we've got some harsh cliffs over that side. But coming around here, I really want to get it to like a nice shallow cove. It's okay, we've got plenty of time to sculpt this out. Obviously, we're making a whole village. We might not get through it all today. This might end up being a series, but that's fine. Definitely going to need to lower some of that a little bit, just because, just take a little chunk out of there. We'll get this looking nicer. We still need to come along here and get this kind of right down to water level. You know, I'm glad that we didn't manage to find an island, because I'm able to get this so much closer to the vision I have in mind. And I do have a very specific vision in mind, because I've got an idea for a TV show I'd like to write at some point that is largely centered around an island. So I've got a very clear image of what that would look like, and so this is a little bit sculpted after that. If I ever end up becoming a famous writer and turning that story into a TV show or a book or something, you can look back and use this as a reference. Like, ah yes, this is the famous island I was told about. Pew! Oh, I've spawned sand into myself again. Okay, so I think I need to get I've got my sand brush. I think I need to get an airbrush soon, so I can just start taking some hunks off as well. So So what should I use for... What's the opposite of a totem? Wooden hoe. Where's my wooden hoe? Not in the combat section, in the tools section. That makes sense. And we're going to turn this into a / brush sphere. What did I say? Oh yeah, we'll do a radius of maybe 4 and then just make it air. I've done it wrong. Okay, I didn't like my radius. Let's try again. Brush. Sphere. Air. Okay. It just didn't want a radius? I don't understand, but... So here we're just coming through and chiseling a little bit of this off. Again, this is another reason why sand is so good, because if you just sort of whack some out of that, it just falls back down, rather than leaving hanging blocks. And of course we'll change it later to be nicer. And we're not going to leave it as sand. But this is just to get the sculpting right. We're basically using this as our clay. Our clay for our beautiful sculpture. How's she looking now? I think she's getting there, but we definitely need to put some more sand in a couple of places now that we can see what we're working with. Let's put some more sand there. This is such a big brush. Hold on. Let's make this brush smaller. Now that we've gone into some more detail. Sphere. The biggest risk with this is that you end up with lots of just sort of circles. But also Minecraft kind of looks like that anyway, because I think they use circles in their natural generation. So you can't be too worried about that. I don't like that one. The other good thing about World Mod is just World Edit. The World Edit mod is the undo feature. That is an absolute game changer. I've flown too high, too close to the sky. Let's just land. I always get just so stressed. I want to get this all right. I feel like I'm not doing a lot of commentary at the moment, but that's because I'm just trying so hard to get this beautiful. And of course, anytime you have any thoughts or any feedback, you're welcome to let me know. I'm stuck. There we go. Don't tell anyone I got stuck. Ooh, hole. Let's fill that up. Ooh, more. She needs more. Damn it. I've done it again. I've done it again. One of these days I'll learn. Okay, so we've got kind of a good shape going on. I think I need to widen it a bit because it is a very thin island. If you see what I mean, it's very thin. And I like it being thin sort of up to here. But I want to just sort of chonken it up over that end. So let's see if I can get this size back. Oh, I have to do the radius last. That's what the problem was. There we go. Everyone pretend I know what I'm doing. I think the most important thing to remember when building is not being afraid to just delete some things sometimes. Sometimes it's about addition and subtraction. You can't always get it 100% right in the first go. And that is totally fine. That is totally normal. You just sort of gotta fiddle with things and make it happen. As they say on one of my favourite art channels, delete your art. Okay, this is coming together. It is still a little high on this side, so I reckon we just go around and lower this whole section a little bit. Ooh, it's like sunset. Oh, it's looking real ugly right now because I've just poked so many holes in it. That's fine, it's fine. It's just sort of craters. We love craters. We can always smooth all that out later. So let's just come in and get this to just come down to water level. Because we don't want a sudden drop off on the island. That doesn't make much geographical sense. It's got to slowly peter out. Which apparently I'm doing a terrible job at, but you know. Oh, don't tell me we found some more kelp. No, we're just having a time. Okay, so absolutely that has not petered out. So let's make this brush a bit bigger. Brush, sphere AF5. We can just go through and start chonking chunks out. This will look a lot better once we fix the water situation. But I think that's sort of coming together. I need to go through and just put a little more sand in a couple more places. So let's brush, sphere, sand, and then maybe like a 2. Just to fill in a couple of these weird little gaps. I'm stuck. It won't let me fly out. Okay, we're good. Okay, let's just quickly fix this mistake here. And I think this is a pretty good starting place. Once we fix this monstrosity down here. I did forget about this monstrosity. So we just need to, let's get a couple of blocks. Actually, that's not going to work. We're just going to chuck a bunch of water buckets down and see if that fixes it. Because I think it might. Water's very clever in Minecraft. It likes being source blocks, and it will do whatever it can to become source blocks if you give it the chance. We're just sort of filling this whole level with source blocks. I'm hoping that once it connects, it sort of works itself out. Which it is very much not doing. Perhaps I was optimistic about that. I'm like, do I make this a feature? But no, it's very concerning. It's very concerning. Hold on. I don't like that. Okay, that's better. But we need to fill in this water somehow. What's the best way to fill in water? I guess I could just do like a fill. Slash fill from here to here. With water. There we go. Now I just got to do it over here as well. From here. And I'm pretty sure there is an easier way to do this with World Edit, but I've tried and it doesn't like me, so I'm going to just do this for now. Okay, so we've got our sort of island situation here. Now we've got to pick kind of a palette for what we want the actual ground to be. So let's just try a couple of things. Actually, let's look at some blocks. What blocks look cute for an island? Obviously stone and grass blocks are the two obvious ones that come up in just normal generation. I reckon we do a bit of coarse dirt and definitely moss, but I usually like to have another kind of rock as well, or some sort of ore in there. Like last time I did it, I used diorite just to give it some variance. And I'm wondering whether granite might be the vibe. Just a little bit of granite in there. So let's try. Get sort of halfway along here. Go slash replace near 100. We're replacing sand with, let's say 50% moss block. So yeah, this is really nice, the fact that you can, if you don't know World Edit, you can just replace one thing with a bunch of different things. So 50% moss block, 30% grass block, 7% coarse dirt, which leaves 13% left. So I'm going to do another 7, I'm going to do 8% stone and 5% granite. And I'm going to copy this because it's probably not going to be right. We're probably going to have to change those numbers slightly. But let's see how that goes. It's going to take a second. Okay, that's not bad. That's honestly cute. I can see I've got the... Oh no, it just took a while to load. I think I vibe with that. The granite blends in really nicely with the dirt and the coarse dirt. So it does have that variance in there, but it's not jarring. And it means we have that granite to work in with our palette that we're going to work with occasionally. I think this is actually was perfect. I think I did a perfect job. But let me know if you've got any opinions on how that went. I just saw a big old circle crater and it's bothering the hell out of me. Let's just fix that. Brush, sphere, sand 2. Then I can just do that again. I decided not to bring a cup of tea today and I'm already regretting it. Okay. So we've got our island. The next thing we're going to need is some trees. So we've got to think about what kind of wood we want to use. Because I'm a big fan of when you're properly building a build with terrain and everything, actually trying to use those blocks in the build. So we're going to be using a lot of moss and stone and granite as sort of our base natural blocks. But looking at wood, what kind of wood is going to look cute? I'm thinking maybe acacia. But I don't want it to look too much. Acacia very much has that Savannah Village vibe. You know what? Let's look at doors. Because doors is one of the things that makes a big difference. If we're building an island, I think the oak door or the jungle door is very much the vibe. But I definitely don't feel like jungle trees, so we're going with oak. It's a basic choice, but a good choice. So let's grab some oak saplings and just sort of scatter them around. And we might even chuck a couple of spruce or something in, because oak and spruce are a really nice classic combo. So thankfully most of these blocks are things that saplings can grow on, so I'm just going to sort of fly around and scatter some of these bad boys. So I'm thinking like a thick layer of oak. And then a spattering of spruce. Of course we're going to have to go through and delete like half of these trees to make space for buildings, but I think it's really going to inform where the buildings go, where the trees are. Gotta remember not to plant them too close together, because they look like they're not that close together when they're saplings, but then when you try and grow them, yeesh, they are a lot closer together than you think, and they do not grow. I say this like I'm an expert. I've literally done all this once before, and it was like earlier this week. But that's the thing about Minecraft. Sometimes you can just learn. It's a complicated skill to design things nicely, but a lot of the practical concepts are really easy to pick up. So it is a design skill that's really accessible, especially because so many young people have Minecraft. I think it's just a really beautiful way to produce art that's really accessible for people. That's my rant of the day. Just kidding, there's going to be 100 more rants today, and that's going to be fine. So we put this smattering of oak, and then we're just going to chuck a few sprucey boys in. Just because I don't want to make this look like a Minecraft biome. Like I see oak and I think I'm in a plains biome. I kind of want this to be its own vibe. Which, I mean, obviously I've done something very different with the... Oh, we've got trees already growing. Exciting. Very different with the ground texture, so I don't think it's going to end up just looking like plains or anything. But it's already looking so nice. Gang, I was going to record this one for shorts, and I forgot to hit record, so I guess we're just going to do it from after. From after all this has been done. Okay, so let's set random tick speed, is it? You'd think I'd know the commands I use by now. Game rule. Random tick speed 800. Let's just get all these bad boys grown in. these ones over here are not feeling the love. I wonder if it's because they're too packed in. So let's move him over here. And, well, that one went up. So that probably wasn't a problem. They were just probably slow risers. Okay, look, it's a lot of trees. But I guess that's the vibe we're going with now. And interestingly, we don't have any kind of up this cliff, so let's pop one more down here. And wait for those two to sprout. And then I'm just going to go along the ground with bone meal. And get a bunch of, like, flower moments happening. Should I have spread the trees out less? Yes. So the problem with bone mealing moss is that it sort of just turns everything into moss. So we actually want to try and get the grass more often than the moss, but getting the moss occasionally can be quite nice because you get that extra sort of... It gives quite a different texture of growth. But you gotta use it sparingly. Like you get all those cute little tiny azalea bushes and such. Which is just so densely packed with trees. Yeah, next time I'm not gonna pack this so densely with trees, but that's okay, we've learned something. That's what life's about. Sometimes you learn. Especially when you haven't done things very often. And I mean, it's not a disaster. This is just a very lush, very fertile land. Let's hit that one. Get some bone meal. So the reason I tend to do more moss than dirt is just because you end up with a lot more green. Whereas the grass blocks are a lot of dirt. Like they're green on top, but once you look at the side, it's like, oof. Okay. I should probably replace some of that with sand around the edges, but I don't want to. I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating and it gets everywhere. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not really getting as many flowers as I expected, but I guess this is just not a very flowery island. Okay, so let's have a look at what we got here, because there are so many trees. I think definitely we're going to have like a fishing hut over here. And then like a little... I think we're going to end up with like the main sort of town area down here with all the businesses. And then end up with like some more housing up this end. Ending up with a big old like mayor's house sort of mansion thing at the top. I would like to have a beautiful church. Oh, hello, Mightman Games Shoz. How are ya? We've just built this island out of nothing, which has been a lot of fun. And now we're working out where to port our village. Which is mainly going to involve chopping down all the trees we just put down. Trees. So I think I want to look... Let's look at all of the businesses we want to have, because I think that's important. I'm going to put away my tools for now. I can always generate them later. Cartography table. It'd be nice to have a cartographer. Fletching table. Could be nice to have. Stone cut. I definitely don't need one of everything, right? I'm just looking through all of the options. But I kind of want one of everything, you know? Let's just start at the beginning and work it out. Because I feel like towns aren't super planned. I was going to take time to map out the whole thing, but I think I'm just going to do it one at a time and see what happens. So as I said, we're going to start with... Where is she? Where is she? Little fisherman's cottage. So let's have a look at what blocks we've got on offer. We said granite was a good choice. I don't think we're going to be using any granite in a fisherman's cottage because it's very much not a fisherman's cottage vibe. It's going to mostly be oak with a little bit of spruce. I think I'm going to make a little pier out of fences and oak slabs. What else do I need? Just for the base foundations. I think oak door. We might even just pretty much do full oak for this. A fisherman's cottage is very, very basic. So I think I'm going to build the pier out from here. The pier's usually slightly above the water, so I'm going to just do these top slabs across here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 seems good for now. We can always change it later if we don't think it's proportional once we've got the width in. I think make it 2 longer, make it 10. Cool, and then chuck some fences down. I am worried it's not going to be... Maybe we just do fences on one side. I like that. I like fences on one side. Obviously we're going to texture this to make it nicer. It's going to have to go a long way down. But I think it's important to have it going all the way, just so it's got that support. We're not cutting corners here. I mean, we are using a mod pack, but that's not cutting corners. That's fair. That's a reasonable thing to do. It doesn't even connect because it's the slab. It's okay. That one can be planks. I forgot about that problem. And I don't think we're going to have this structure going all the way along. Just enough to make it feel like this is supported. Just give it sort of that support vibe. Obviously, for practical Minecraft, it doesn't necessarily need that. But I think it's cute to give it just that little bit of looking like it at least wants to be supported. Okay, so what do we have? I'd love to have some sort of just like net laying around, but obviously that's not a thing we can do. I don't think I've built a pier before, which is why I'm struggling. I mean, having a couple of boats along is cute as hell. We definitely need to do that. And putting some barrels in convenient locations. Maybe even some tripwire hooks as like places to rest your fishing rod. Is that crazy? They have to be on full blocks. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I didn't do that anyway. Let's have a look. Boat. I reckon we go spruce boats, because spruce is in our palette, but we haven't used it here yet. Okay, just spread them out enough that it looks natural. I don't like how one note these planks are, so I'm going to just texture a little bit, replacing a couple of these with wood, which is obviously going to absolutely mess with the slab system. I probably should have just not done slabs to begin with. That would have saved us a lot of grief, but maybe it'll look cute. Let's have a look. It looks awful. That's fine, we can replace near oak slab with oak. I just realised we have to put a distance. Okay. I always forget how easy that is. It's definitely missing something, and ladders. But it's also, there needs to be some sort of colourful element in here. I just haven't worked out what it is yet. Okay, let's just have a look through and see what our options are. Sometimes I don't know what I want to put down, so I just have a look and work it out. Something colourful. We could even just do some old candles is an option. Again, anytime you guys have any ideas, feel free to let me know. Lanterns. 100% lanterns is what we were missing. And a cute little sign, maybe a spruce sign, because we want that wood variance. Having the floor and the fence the same colour is driving me crazy, but it 100% is the right choice for this build. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Just having there's sort of candles there, like someone's. Have one on the end, and then like every 3. Nearly. That seems like a reasonable amount of lanterns. Those candles look ridiculous. I think this might be all the pier needs to be. I don't need to overthink it too much. And then so I'm thinking the fisherman's hut can just sort of go next to the pier here. So we're going to do a very sort of classic oak cabin situation. The question is, do I raise it up to the actual grass up here, or do I do it down on the shoreline? I think it's just going to be down on the shoreline. Hello, Althea! I built an island! This was just ocean when I started. And now we're making a little island village town situation. We're going to build all the little businesses and all the little people in the town. Yeah, I'm proud of myself. Just trying to decide. I think it'd even be cute if the fisherman has his own little pier out the front of his house. And maybe we can make it go up a second level. The second level is 100% the way to go. I can't believe I didn't think of that first. Because that means we can have access points from the ocean and from the town. My video cam is frozen. The face one would make when having a crisis. Alright. Let's have a look at this. What's our problem? There we go. Thank you. I mean, I am always having a crisis. But let's have a look. Move that over a little. I want to get the framing right. That'll do. That'll do. It's going to be a very small house, I now realise. I think maybe we should move this across a couple, which will actually give us some good space to have like a ramp up or something. I reckon I like to have a minimum of 5 wide on the inside, which means the pillar would start here. deciding what I'm gonna do with my YouTube video. I just asked myself, what do I feel like doing on Minecraft today? Camera. I don't know what you mean. This is a flawless production. My camera's not leaning up against a wooden bunny. It is a lovely dress. That's one of my favourite dresses. It just also happens to be hanging. Okay, so let's do, oh my goodness. Let's do a 5 by 5 inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wall. Oh, I forgot about walls. There's only going to be 3 on the inside. It's okay, we can move this a couple more. I forget how... Actually, no, we can make it 3. We can make it 3 wide. She'll be right. Worse things have happened. It's going to be a small hut for one fisherman. I always find myself tempted to make houses in Minecraft really big, because I want to fit a lot in them. But there's just something cute about a tiny little house in Minecraft. Especially if we're going 2 stories. This is definitely going to have enough space for everything this villager needs. 2, 3, 4, 5. Except this is almost as long as the pier now, which very much bothers me. I think I'm going to have to make that the front. And we're going to have to build up into the landscape. And building in real life is probably this difficult. So this is going to be like his porch. Then the front of his house is actually going to start here at the shoreline. Man, I am all over the place today. I'm going to have to just carve into this, which is going to make windows difficult. Making 3 high? That's a reasonable size for a shack. And we're still going to make this like 5 long. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wall. So just smashed through. You know, I'm really excited about this, and I hope that I do manage to turn it into a series, just making this little seaside village. I forgot to start the recording again. It's fine. I'll start it for the next building. I think I should raise this all up 1 level, because then you get to sort of step into the house. I think it's gonna be cute to have a little moment when you step into the house, I think. Which means just raising everything up by 1, and it's also gonna blend into this a lot better. And in this case, I don't know if we're going to need the 2nd level, although we might just have a cute little attic space moment. I'm going in circles. This corner needs to get wooded. Yeah, this is definitely going to be an attic moment. Okay, so let's put the front of this house on. I feel like this is just such a classic Minecraft build. what else does she... We definitely need to bring these pillars up. Normally I would put pillars in all four corners, but it doesn't really make sense to have them out the back there. Then, if we're doing a cute attic moment, we might even do a pillar across. Just to sort of separate the levels, just do like one of these bad boys. And that also gives us an excuse to make this taller. And then 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, which will give it enough room for people to stand in, which is what you want in an attic that is also a floor. So I'm thinking we make the downstairs the like fishing area, and then the upstairs is like his little personal space. He's a working from home sort of fella. I guess it's going to be a ladder situation because there's definitely not enough room in here for stairs. If I can remember the word for stairs. I think having the ladder just off the back here makes the most sense. Although it does... I was going to say it sort of negates the rest of this space, but I think having barrels up like that is going to be super cute. Yeah, I love it. I love it. So we're going to poke that hole up there. Put another ladder in there, so it's a lot easier to get up and down. Then we're going to do the roof. When I do an oak build, I usually do a spruce roof, just to give it that little bit of variance, which is oh so important. So let's slap this roof on. We're doing a little bit of learning and a little bit of basic ass building. And that's what Minecraft is about. Sometimes you gotta get creative, but sometimes you just stick to the basics. Sometimes the basics are the basics for a reason. And we've got so many houses, we can't get creative on every house. Oh my gosh, we can put a cute little circular window moment in here, if there's space. This is the same problem I encountered recently, which is I want to put a cute little circle window in here, but there's no stent to block. So I'm going to show you how I fixed that problem. You take out both, and you put a couple of slabs in, leaving that circle, but you also want to put a couple of trap doors behind to make it a cute window moment rather than just a hole. So what I do with an oak trap door is just sort of slam one up there and slam one down there. And you can tell the difference a little, but it's essentially the same thing. Got that little square window up there. It does the job. Obviously we're going to need to... I got rid of the stairs. I also just remembered I can scroll click on things to make them reappear in my inventory. I've been playing on trackpad recently and therefore have completely forgotten how to use a mouse. But sometimes you do just forget how to use a mouse, and that's life. Okay, I built my way out. I was trapped, we built our way out. Could I have planned that better? Yes. Did I? No. It's a cute start. It's a cute start. We've got a lot of work to do still to make it cute. But this is just the start. The other thing I'm definitely going to be doing in some buildings is, rather than making a second attic layer, just making a sort of beams aesthetic. Just like having beams. I don't see beams used in Minecraft enough. And they're so pretty in real life. I love a good beam. They make me so happy I'm positively beaming. It was a joke. It was a very funny joke, and I did not hear any laughter. I'm positively beaming. Like beams. You guys get what I mean. You get it. You get it. You guys get me. Going at the moment because it's just so sunsetty. I constantly feel like the sun's about to go down and the mobs are going to come out and I'm going to die. And you can tell I've been playing a lot of survival lately because it's not normally something I have to worry about in creative mode. Okay, so let's slap these on. I do need to do the back as well. I did forget about the back. This goes down very low. I guess it's got to overshadow the beams. It's the word of the day. The word of the day is beams. Let's try and slap these little bits in because they've been hard to do. So I should do them while I have the space. I could just do these with full blocks and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference, because they're on the ground. But we don't take any shortcuts here. We do it right. Don't quote me on that, because I will take shortcuts later. But for now, we're doing it right. Feels weird having the roof resting on the ground. But I guess that's what happens when you build on a hill. Those do not need to be there, but there should be one there. And I'm hoping that those window trapdoors are going to make for a cute bed moment. I just haven't worked out how yet. Because this is going to be a little bedroom space. And I think a lot of the towns in Minecraft, the villages, are built very practically, and I want to make this a cute moment that is primarily built for design, but is still fully functional. How do I want to? I could try and fit a couple of windows in. Like that, maybe? But it just doesn't feel like it's quite wide enough to do that. Unless I do like a top window moment, like a ba-ba-ba. Maybe even with tinted glass? Is that crazy? Does anyone use tinted glass? I don't think I've ever used tinted glass or seen it used, so maybe it's hideous. But I'm kind of vibing. What happens if I even like bring it around the corners here? Is it just me or is that hella cute? Okay, not the bottom ones. Not the bottom ones. Is that cute? Especially if I fill in these gaps here. If I do like a little garden moment. I know that's not super Fisherman's Hut vibes, having the garden moment, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Ooh, I could even, yeah, I've never seen a little flower garden moment that has levels, and I'm obsessed with it. I am a genius, and I've revolutionized building. Porch garden with levels. And then with the little lanterns up here. I'm a genius. So what sort of flowers do we have in this area? Because again, we're trying to make it cute. We do have a lot of azalea, but I feel like that's not the Fisherman's Hut vibe. So let's go with these poppies. Cool. And then I don't like that they're all the same. I don't like that they're all the same. We gotta have some variants. Let's put in some cornflower and some dandelion as well. I reckon we go for 2 dandelion, 1 poppy, 1 cornflower. How freaking cute is this house? Did I kill this or did I kill this? Obviously, I need to do something about the edges here because they're not cute. And I think the answer to that is just going to be more trapdoors. Let's see if it works with the oak. I think it actually might. I don't want to do too much oak on oak, especially because I've already got the flower bed trapdoors going on. But that was 100% the correct choice. It's also bothering me that this is cute as hell. I would love to have something that looks like a little stool that the fisherman sits on while he fishes. Is there anything that looks vaguely like a little stool? Like even an upside down flower pot would do it, but you can't place flower pots upside down. I mean, skeleton skull seems crazy and probably is, but like if I place it just right. No, it was crazy. It definitely needs to have that wood tone. Maybe there is no right answer to this, but I wanted to ask the question. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that screams cute little stool. So we might just pop a couple of barrels out here and call it a day. I'm obsessed with this house. Now we have to make the top level. Just going to do that so it doesn't look as crazy. Okay, so I think that's where the floor is. That is, but that's also where the ladder is. We can't make the entryway to the back through there. So we might have to do it here, which is a weird choice, but it's the only choice we have right now. So that's what we're going with. Oak stairs up to the back. I forgot to do the back of the roof. This is good. We got to put the back of the roof in so I know where I can put. We got to do the back of the roof first, and then I'll know where I can put the stairs. Because I was gonna do something stupid and not be able to put the roof in. Okay, I'm not hearing anyone coming to my defense and saying, Vitalia, you'd never do anything stupid. And that's honestly rude. You guys are supposed to have my back. Access into the back here is going to be difficult, but we've done difficult before. I think what it's going to be is we're going to have to move the entrance over here. Nope. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try it. Just have it go up like that. Yeah, we don't fit in there. Okay, so it works if we don't put, if I put stairs here. That might just be the way we have to do it. It's going to make putting a door in hard, though. I guess we could just put a door in halfway up the stairs. Put it here. And then that up there. But then we can't get down. So we might need to do like a tricky double door situation to make this work, but like if we want to put actual villagers in here, they're not going to be able to make that work. So we've got to rethink this, and I think we might just have to move the ladder, which is okay. We can do that. Because I think the way in is going to have to be here in order for any of this to work, which we would very much like it to. I really liked having the step up there. So I think then having a cute little... That doesn't make sense to get rid of that. And I can even, basically we've got some stairs here that don't make a lot of practical sense, but are just sort of doing it for the aesthetic, and that's okay. So you can go up in here. Perfect, we've done it. We've cracked it, we've solved the case. So that's going to be the cute little back section. And I'm wondering if even we do something crazy and introduce some spruce in just for that one block. Literally, that one block being spruce is kind of a moment. It kind of works for me, because it implies that there's like a whole spruce base, but it's literally just one block. Okay, so the next question is, how the frick do we get a ladder in here? So we could just do it down the side here, or down the side here. I think having it down the side here makes sense, which means we are going to have to get rid of all those barrels, but we'll survive. We'll survive. We can always put in more barrels. And I know, you're asking, Talia, how many barrels do we need in this one cottage? And I'm like, yes. The answer is yes. Yes, barrels. That's just, yeah, that's completely dirt out there, so we can't put another window in. So I think it's going to be a painting moment on this wall. We could even do this cute thing that all the like building videos do, where they have like a bunch of like one square paintings. And obviously I'm not going to fill this whole wall with one square paintings, but if we put them all in, we can decide where we want to go. Just have this little sort of montage of pictures. And then maybe, wait a second, I'm a genius. I can't believe I didn't think of this. You guys are going to be so impressed with me that I've come up with this genius idea. It's his catches. It's his prize catches. And it's a genius. Okay, so what else do we need down here to make this a vibe? Because we've got everything we practically need. Like, practically a fisherman literally just needs a barrel. But we need to make it a vibe. And we're definitely going uncolored candle resting on the top of this barrel. That's a non-negotiable. And we could even turn this into like a cute little desk moment. The spruce trapdoors aren't exactly the same as the barrels, but they're kind of close enough that it creates this cute moment here. And then we can put a little sort of chair moment. Sort of chair moment. And then maybe, what else should we put on the desk? I'm gonna go flower pot. Candle on one side, flower pot on the other. And then we've got this cute little fisherman's cottage sort of downstairs area. I want to put more in, but this space is already so full. And I wouldn't even know what to put in. So I think this is perfect downstairs. And they've got this little space upstairs. So we need a bed, obviously. What colour bed would this fisherman have? I think we're going with the light grey. We might even just put it here. I don't know, where is this bed screaming to go? This is such a weird space. See, normally I would just sort of fill that underlayer with bookshelves because they're a cute way to fill space, but I don't want the fisherman to become a scholar because that is not his job. I could just put more barrels. Can I just put more barrels in? Is that crazy? This guy is a barrel connoisseur. I think this guy's father had a barrel business, and that's why he's just got so many barrels. Oh my gosh, it's a partner. It's a partnership. This is not a solo fisherman. This is a little fisherman. A fisherman's hut for a fisherman and his apprentice. That's why there's so many barrels, and that's the excuse I'm giving for putting two beds in here, because obviously this room needs to be symmetrical. What else does one need in their bedroom? I kind of think that's it. I think a chest. We can put a chest in. Villagers love having chests and owning possessions. Perfect. I think this is house number 1 done. And it is so fine. It is so fine, and I'm so here for it. No, we don't need a fireplace and a chimney. We can do that in another house. It's so cute. I made this. I love it so much. Let's just have a tour again. Let's have a quick look around. After a long day of fishing, he comes in and he can put all his things in his barrels. He can sit at his desk and do his paperwork. And then they just need to climb up the ladder. And they've got their little beds up here and their little chest. And then if they want to go into town to sell their wares, they just gotta go straight down here and head right into the town, which I think is probably gonna... Okay, that's the ocean. Town is that way. You gotta come down here and up into the little town up here. It's perfect. And I'm a genius. Okay, so classically, leather workers are one of the furthest out from the town because of the smell. Is a leather work a thing villagers can do though? say classically, I mean in real life, not classically in Minecraft. I don't think leather worker is an actual job. But I think basically what we're going to have along here is a bunch of little, like, open stalls, kind of like you'd see at a market or like a theme park. Just a sort of like half wall, then wall at the back, and then cute little roof sort of situations. All very different styles and all with enough space to actually have the tables, but I don't think we need like full shops for everyone. Oh, down here, I was just thinking, we're gonna want the farm situations to probably be on the flatter part rather than having to like farm wheat up a slope. So we might even be putting a farm down here. This is going to be our farm location up on this corner. And I do want to keep at least a couple of these trees in, just so that Fishing Shack continues to feel a little secluded. But I think we're going to have to get rid of this one. Oh, I've got to have the tick speed so high. And probably this one as well. Ooh. These trees are too connected. Okay, well, there were two different kinds of trees. We just need to get rid of all the oak leaves. Perfect. What is going on here? Those leaves are going so much higher than the wood. There we go. That's better. Okay, so over here we're going to need to flatten out the land. I reckon we flatten it out at this level. To make room for crops. It's really fun working with like pre-existing landscaping. When I say pre-existing, like I did make it, but it means you really get sort of a feel for the island and placing things in a way that just sort of makes more natural sense than necessarily trying to do and that's going to give us like such a nice natural feel, which I'm excited about. Obviously we're going to have to make all of this hoed ground. I probably could have just done that directly, but instead I'm making it all grass first. I don't think I'm going to necessarily have this a perfect square, which I would normally do for wheat. I say I have made so many wheat farms and almost none of them have been perfectly square, but my instinct for making a farm is that it should be at least perfectly rectangular, not necessarily square. I think we're going to have a wheat field here, and then we're going to have more like a veggie farm, like more in the centre of town. I think having like a proper wheat field out here makes sense. Oh, it's weird seeing just all this grass in at once now, having such a beautifully... I think I'm going to do spruce fences along here because I'm just already sick of... I just stopped halfway through my sentence, but it's fine. You guys know what I was about to say, right? So I'm just sort of fencing off the whole area, but I'm not necessarily going to use the whole area for... Oh, that's going to be the entrance. It's cute as hell. It's cute as hell. I might even put some stairs up. I might even just chuck some oak stairs in there. It's so cute. I'm dead. And then just chuck a barrel. The problem is I love barrels. I never use chests. But if I put a barrel there, this guy's gonna think he's a bloody fisherman. So we'll just go with a chest for now. Make sure we get a chest and not a trapped chest. So we've got that cute little area for storage. And I've also got this sort of inlet area, but I don't think we need that for anything, so we might just hoe that as well. Let's get the netherite hoe, because we classy. Oh, the tick speed is not my friend. Game rule. Random tick speed 1. We need to think about water irrigation as well. I think water does 5 blocks in every direction? Oh wait, stop unhoeing yourself already. You made the tick speed so slow. I should just start planting. Sweet seeds. So what we do here is we put that in the offhand, and then if we reach any patches, we put that seeds in the offhand. So if we reach any patches, we just sort of have to go a little slower over them, because then it'll automatically hoe and then seed. So it's like, I can't seed this, I'll see what's in the offhand. So we'll have to go through and delete some of this to put in some water irrigation. Or unless I put it underneath, which might be an even better way to go. And the other thing we need to do, which I've completely forgotten about, you can't have cute little Minecraft farm without just a random stack of hay bales living their best life on the side. Why are there hay bales? I don't know. The villagers want the wheat to turn into bread so they can get horny. But they're just keeping a stack of wheat off to the side, just in case. It's a very prosperous farm. Ooh, hello little hole. Let's fill you up. Okay, so I think we said every 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think under here we want the water. There we go, we found it. And then we just need water bucket. place another one like halfway along. Then that should be pouring out the end, and I'll place another one here. We've got that irrigation. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1. So it's the same from this end. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 will be right on this corner, which is actually very close to that one, which I don't like. I don't like it, and so we're going to change it to some place. To have 3 or 4 bits of water coming out. So let's see how many spaces we actually do have, and then put it at intervals for aesthetic rather than intervals for practical. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So if we do it after every 3, does that work? 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. Unless we've got 2 in between. I'm going to work this out. If I count the fences, then do something like that. I think that'll look cute. I think that's going to work. First one, but obviously we have to get to it from the other side as well. It's going in here. There's just sort of a hole here. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is, okay? That's just the way it is. Damn, you know the stream going well when you look over and you've got negative viewers. Number 2. Go in through here. Cool. As far in as that will go. I think that looks cute, having the water flowing out the side. But I could be crazy. Maybe that just looks crazy. If anyone's got any thoughts on whether that coming outside looks cute or crazy, hit me up. It's easy to be blinded by your own aesthetic. Or maybe we work with it rather than trying to fight it. It doesn't have to be more water or nothing. We can make it a moment. The choices aren't just yes or no. You can use trapdoors. The answer to all problems is trapdoors. Or paintings. That's absolutely not what I meant to do. It's okay, we can fix it. Just let it drain. And release the water back out. Yes. Yes. Is that right? Ooh, what if we put like a light on top of it? That would mean actually sneaking these under to make them bottom trapdoors. But that's very doable. Especially because we can waterlog them later. It's not actually going to stop the water. We come in and we pop that in, and we come in and we pop that in. Okay, we're going to have to do some damage control on this water because it's insane at the moment, but that's fine. Kind of gotta make Minecraft water work for you. Because it won't. Unless you make it. As we can clearly see here. We might need to actually do it all at once. We say this is where you're allowed to be water. Then we slowly let the space back in. And hope. Ooh, that should definitely be that. Okay, we're going to try it again. Because water has memory. So we need to kill the water that remembers it to be rebellious. And once we do that, then we can make this work. Sometimes you have to put the water in its place. Say, no ma'am, you only go where I want you to go. So we're going to get an empty bucket and take the water out and put the water back in and see if that works. And if it doesn't, then we give up trying to sculpt the water. Let it drain, let it drain. And try one more time. Waterlog. 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 And then we just gotta go in here and just sort of plonk, 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 plonk. And now it doesn't remember that it ever wanted to go in there. Or maybe it does and I'm the fool. Well, oh, we're actually getting close. We're getting there. I think we're gonna get this to work. We can get this to work, right? Just gotta trade in the water. What did I say? What did I say? We're getting there. Okay, so we're going with this, which honestly looks dreadful. No. We try. We're gonna try. You know what? Let's just let the water do what it wants to do. I think I'm just making it worse. I just deleted the trapdoor. And I just got rid of the bucket. You know, I'm not having a crisis here. We know what we're doing. We're professionals, and everything's fine. This is exactly how I want this irrigation system to go. I think we just gotta let what happens happen. I don't even know if irrigation's the right word. I think it is. Those two are so well behaved. I think maybe if I just chuck a couple of blocks, then I can get these to work. Right? Okay, if this doesn't work, we just go with it. I feel like we've got so much dirt and moss there that we're missing some blocks from the rest of the palette. So let's just chuck a couple of bits of stone in as well. Because we've spent so much time working on that we've lost... Okay. You know what? That'll do. That's our irrigation system and this is our farm. Let's turn... Game rule. Random tick speed to 60. Get all this wheat growing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We've got all this wheat here, but what if we didn't? So what if we put it in a cute little cart? We just build a cute little cart. Not here, because there's not enough space. Get rid of that tree, there's enough space. Sorry, just trying to make this tree feel natural again, now that its friend is dead. That'll do. It doesn't look like a Minecraft tree, but it is a tree. So it doesn't need to be a big cart. I'm just thinking like a 2x3 space at the back here. The trick to making a stack of wheat look good is having it all face in a bunch of different directions. Which can be a little hard to get right at first, but you get there in the end. And then we just need the hero of this whole build, oak trapdoors. But if I do oak trapdoors as the sides, I can't also do them as the wheels. So I'm going to need to get creative with the wheels. Because the obvious choice for wagon wheels is oak trapdoors. That's what makes the most sense. Sneak in through the tree. But they look so good as the edges. So we need to find something else that's going to work as the wheel. Okay, call me crazy, but I want to try it. It doesn't not work, and I tell you why. Because we can put something else in it as well to make it look even more correct. And I'm thinking if we put... Okay, not that. We've learned. What happens if we put stripped oak? Oh, it doesn't go the way I want. I want something that has a circle moment that will show up. And I'm just looking through. Sometimes you just gotta look through and find inspiration when it's not hitting on its own. And that's okay. Cobweb? Too white. Too white. It could work. And if I was a lesser builder, I'd settle for them. But I have standards. I've got... That seems wrong, but I'm going to try it anyway. You just gotta find something that looks vaguely like a wheel. Preferably in a brownie colour. Preferably with spokes. But with art in general, sometimes you just gotta try a bunch of things and see what sticks. And you know, I could do some research and see what other people have done in the past, and I might do that if I wasn't on stream. But I think we just gotta work with what we have right now. And what we have is dreams. Okay, but I think I saw something that looked like it might work about halfway up. And it was like a hive or something? Where's the hive? Maybe it was the pumpkin. It was the bee nest. Let's be honest. That was never going to be the answer. So let's try bee nest first, because I don't think it's going to work. So I think it's going to go that way, yeah. Although that's kind of cute as is. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. I do hate that. I do hate that. I don't hate that. Oh, let's get rid of the things we do hate. My keybinds don't work the same with the mods I have on at the moment. Okay, so that's an option. I don't think it's a good option, but it's an option. That. Same. Same. Okay, new question. That kind of works. I kind of really like that, actually. I kind of really like that. And then more oak trapdoors, because they are the solution to everything. And that'll be the little place where the guy sits. And then we gotta find some way to connect this to a horse. So we're gonna need to put a fence post in somewhere. Question is where? Where is a fence post not gonna look awful? Because that's not the answer. Maybe we just sort of have the horse nearby. And assume that someone's gonna saddle him up later. Horse just lives. So you can move, sir, buddy. Cool. You live here now. Actually, no, I don't. I don't think you fit the aesthetic. I'm sorry, bud. I'm sorry, buddy. You don't fit the aesthetic here. It's time to go. Man, it takes so long to kill horses in creative mode. I used to forget. Okay, so that was an experience. Ooh, but now we've got a cute little road movement there. That's nice. So we've got this little carriage. We've got this little wheat field. We've got the fisherman's cottage and the pier. I got to find out, does having the farm that close to the fisherman's cottage kind of ruin the vibe of the cottage? So if we go in, it's so cute. No, I like that it's sort of just you suddenly feel like you're in the town. Because when you're in the water area, you don't feel like you are, but then all of a sudden you come out the back and you're like, hello, it is me. I feel like I want to make a little shed, like a tool shed for the farm. I'm also gonna fill in this hole here because it's weird. But I reckon tool shed is going to be super cute. It doesn't need to be big, just... sort of big enough to house a couple of hose. I don't know how I'm going to make it look like there's hose hanging. But I'm just sort of, I don't really have a plan with this. I'm just sort of making it happen. And there's something beautiful about that. Oh, we can put little lanterns on the bottom of those. Then we should put some lanterns along here as well. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just sort of decided that 3 and then lantern is a vibe. I hope that doesn't mess me up over here, because I do want one on each end. Drat. Yeah, it's very obvious that that is too close. I'm just hoping we get to a point where I can work it out. Because at the moment I'm just causing the problem in the opposite direction. If we put that on the corner there, no one will notice. Okay, so how do we make it look like we've got a hoe hanging? And we can just put them in item frames, which is what you would traditionally do in just like an actual functional farm. And I think let's do iron hose, because that feels like the most practical thing that an actual farmer would have. But it doesn't super feel connected having it in the item frame. Like it's so two-dimensional. Maybe I should get the placeable items mod at some point. Because I don't think there is actually going to be a better way to do that. You know what? That's okay. Farmer is done. Who's next on our list of people we want to meet? Blacksmith should be pretty close to the edge of town as well, because he's going to be loud. So I think we sort of just put him here-ish. He's going to go in this space. And again, this is just going to be his place of business. This is not his home. So we don't need it to be very big. We just need basically enough space for a blacksmith table. And maybe an anvil, just to give it a vibe. We haven't used any cobble yet, because Fisherman's Village and Farm very much aren't cobble vibes. But I think this is where we get into cobble. And I'm a big fan of the cobble wall, just because you get so much shape variation rather than doing full cobble. I might even do spruce for this rather than oak. We're sticking to oak as the primary wood for the town. But I think spruce is going to be the answer here. know, we're sort of bumping into that a little bit, but it's fine. Okay, so what are we going to do with the floor? Maybe even a stone brick for the floor. In which case, do we want to do stone brick walls? Let's see how the cobble looks, but I might end up changing my mind. Yeah, that cobble looks terrible. The other problem is I've realised I've made this even, so there's no good place for the door. So I might just push that all out one. One, 2, 3, 4. And then maybe we do just do oak, maybe stripped oak. Okay, it's kind of cute. I don't use stripped logs very often because I think they usually look awful, but this, in this one context, I love it. And then maybe we actually also do another tinted glass moment like we did over at the Fisherman's Hut, because that really worked. I think it's going to work even more on this one. If we do like a bomb, 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 bomb. Ooh, that's wrong. It is immaculate. I might even just sort of do a flat roof. Is that crazy? Am I crazy? Right, so let's put an anvil and a smithing table down. And what else do we need here? Like, I guess I can just put in some table-looking moments. Just like a workbench. Or even like along here. Like that. And then I'm wondering if we are doing a flat roof, we could do a rooftop moment. I don't know what we're going to have on the rooftop, but that's not the point. Make sure we keep the rain off. What if I was a blacksmith, what would I want on my roof? Maybe just like a cute little lunch area or something? I'm just trying to look from down here what's going to look cute. I think we extended these all up by one. Maybe just put fences around. Take the spruce fences from down here. And I'd probably even make that a spruce trap door. I'm so excited to put a door on the front to cover how ugly that ladder looks. Spruce door and spruce trap door, the two things we need right now. Oh my goodness, I've lost all my buttons. I'm awake, I'm alive, I'm good, I'm fine. Okay, the front is almost perfect, but it needs one more thing. Too bad I forgot what it is. Signs. It was signs. The answer is always signs. And maybe even a couple of buttons for the bottom. I know I could put plants in, and that's always my instinct. Okay, I don't know if you all just heard that, but someone just started yodeling like a strangled chicken out my window. And I'm genuinely confused. Oh, okay, hold on. Have I just stumbled into something? It's a sort of Morse codey moment. I think it's cute. I'm definitely not trying to convince myself. You know what, I like it. I like it. Especially if we put a little path in front. Okay, yeah, no, that's cute as hell. That's a cute little... cute little Smith moment. The wall's just so bare at the back here. But I guess the idea is that you've got villagers standing here. So it's probably fine. But it's just when you walk in, you just see this ladder. Ugly ass ladder. What if I make it vines instead? Can you climb that? No. Oh, yeah, no. It's worth a try because that ladder looks so bad there. Is there any way to make ladders look better? Does anyone know how to make ladders look not garbage? Maybe if I put another pillar at the back there behind the ladders. Because ladders don't normally look awful. I think it's just against the... I've accidentally screenshotted. That's definitely 1,000 times better already. You know what? I think this just is what it is. This is the blacksmith shop. And it's cute as hell and I'm in love with it. This tree is gonna have to go. Because if we're starting to build out a village, like build out the main town square, that tree is not gonna work. And thankfully she's not next to any other spruce. We can just get rid of all of the spruce leaves in the area. In fact, I'm probably gonna have to get rid of this one as well, now that I think about it. Goodbye, good tree. It's so sad to see them go. It's just if I disconnect it from this tree, it should be able to just work it out on its own. Although it's still connected to this one. If I disconnect it from this tree, it should be able to work it out on its own. We've got the little blacksmiths up there. And then I reckon we start the next one about here, just after this tree. Who's next? What other things do we need? I like that I just look at the blocks. Library I don't think is quite next, but will be important. We could have the cartographer, or maybe the stone cutter, grindstone, whatever those guys do. I don't actually know what all the kinds of villages are. Maybe I should look up the kinds of villages. Give me a hot second. Minecraft villages. Professions. I know you can't see my screen right now, and I'm sorry about that, but I need to know what I'm working with here. There are so many. We've got an armorer, a cartographer, a cleric, a farmer, a fisherman. Oh, we do have a leather worker, so they're gonna have to be way outside of town as well. So does the stonemason, should be well outside of town. So I think the next ones to do are the leatherworker, stonemason, and then like all the other sort of smiths. Maybe we have like a combined weaponsmith, armorer, toolsmith sort of area. Like they're all buds and they hang out. But first, we're doing leatherworker and stonemason, which is the cauldron and the stonecutter. Cauldron, stonecutter are our next two. Maybe I should like start laying these out so I know what I'm talking about. That's what I said. We do cauldron and then stonecutter. And then like, what does a blacksmith make? Hold on a second. What does a blacksmith make? I probably should have done some research before I started doing this, but you know, I didn't. And that's okay. Oh, so smithing table is toolsmith, so I could actually make that. Put the grindstone and the blast furnace in there as well. Which I think I might do. We're going to expand. Grindstone and blast furnace. And then I do these two, and then I think the butcher is going to be the next one after that. And then we can work the rest out from there. But we're going to need to make this house just a little bit bigger. And by a little bit, I mean literally one. And I love that it's our smiths that have the cute little rooftop garden. I like to imagine that's where they go up to have their lunch. That's the vibes that gives for me. And I'm so here for it. Wait, how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. I love that it's just resting right against this tree. Someone was probably hired to build this. They saw the tree there and they're like, well, that's not my problem. I'm not an arborist. I've already lost the grindstone. I might change my mind later and make more places just because I want to make cute places. But for now, I think having them together is a fun idea. It's so cute. I'm dead. I'm dead. Spruce, 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 spruce it up. Let's get the grindstone as well while we're here. And then we also are going to need the ladder. So you're going to go in there, and you're going to go in there. And then we reinstate the pillar. We put the ladder back in. It's a little cramped, I have to admit. I think we do a bit of that business. I'm trying to work out how we make this cute. Which, you know, if I'd done my job right the first time, wouldn't be something we'd need to work out. But it's okay. So what if we have the blast furnace there, the smithing table there, and then the grindstone in this corner, the anvil in that corner. Then we can get the spruce stairs back out. I like to think this is a family. These are like all brothers, and their dad used to run the shop on his own, but now they've all like inherited the different trades. So this is like a and sons sort of store. So you've got these spaces here. And I feel like I need to put something on top of those, but I don't know what. Hello, Crystal? We're currently working on building a little island village. So he's basically started in the middle of the ocean, and I've built this island. And we've started with this little fisherman's village, a little fisherman's hut. We've got the pier. And this little fisherman's hut's got a sort of downstairs work area and an upstairs bed area. And you come through around here, we've got our farm with our cart of hay and our little tool shed. And then over here, we've got our little smith shop, which works for kind of 4 types of trades at the moment, which scares me. But is also exciting. And I think what it needs is a couple of flowers. Because flowers go a long way in just adding a little bit of colour. So we put one there and one there, and then just sort of chuck a dandelion and a cornflower in. And then I think this building is done, unless we want to do something cute up here. But I think that'll ruin the look from the bottom. So I think that's just that building. Which means the next thing we need is Leatherworker and butcher could probably also have a shared shop now that I think about it. Which I think is going to be set back a little bit behind these two trees. Because I like having those two trees there. Can I tell you something crazy? I found 10 diamonds in Minecraft and a tree on sand. Yeah, bedrock is crazy. I can't say I've ever played bedrock. I decided to just go for Java because I like being able to do mods. But from what I've heard, it's crazy. But you know, that sounds fun broken, not irritating broken. So that's a good start. It looks like we're using these stone bricks as a footpath moment. So I'm going to start by putting them in here. Now that we're kind of in the town proper, I want to have a little consistency. I think that's going to come around and end up going to another shop over there. Maybe I should try playing Bedrock someday. Is it true that they don't have hardcore in Bedrock because it's just not worth it because of all the bugs? Ooh, I am really excited to play 1.20. I'm gonna say I didn't vote for the Sniffer, and I don't think the Sniffer should have won, but I'm still excited to find it, and I'm so excited for the cherry blossom biome and all that beautiful pink wood. You know what we just did? We just did a house with spruce sides. We gotta get more creative with this. We're going leather worker. I'm wondering if we go with the stripped oak as the pillars, and then actually follow through with my original idea for the last one, which was to do cobble walls. Or even stone brick walls. Hard mode is the hardest. Interesting. So do you mostly play Bedrock? Because if you do, like, mad props, that sounds incredibly difficult. I've made this even. I've committed the Minecraft building sin of building even. I should start counting, because I seem to usually end up accidentally building even and having to redo it. Okay, so this is a tall building. I'm not sure why it's so tall, but it is. This is definitely going to have a spruce door. This is definitely another spruce door moment. Oh, I forgot that when you do the walls, the doors are crazy. Maybe we just have this door open, because it looks a lot better open. Because I have, on the Xbox, Nintendo Switch Mobile, yeah. No, fair enough. I thought about whether I wanted to get it on my PC or on the PlayStation, but it was actually really the deciding factor, the fact that I wanted to use Java. But I am just running it off a crappy laptop at the moment, so that gets interesting. I really cannot have my render distance very high, which is why you can kind of see the render distance in the distance there, but that is what it is. I haven't left a lot of room for a cow pen, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Make a goldfish bowl and put a villager in a boat in the middle. You mean like a pond? What do you mean by a goldfish bowl? I've just come up with a genius idea. We're going to put the cows underground. I'm from Australia, not from the UK. I mean, I'd love to go to the UK at some point, but I've never been. I know people do get the accents mixed up a lot, so very reasonable question. Let's put a tabletop there. I can't decide whether I want it to be spruce or stone brick, so let's try both. Cute, don't like it. I think that's better, especially if we put a lantern on there. I've just realised I've completely forgot to light up this place at all. So let's put some lights in here. Thankfully those places were ready to go, unless I put them... Yeah, no, there. It's 1:36 AM. I hope you don't have to go to school or work in the morning. But I can't say that I wasn't up later than that last night, so I can't judge you too much. Top slabs, please. I don't normally do... flat roofs, so this is actually very interesting for me. I'm trying something new. What country are you from, Crystal? If I may ask. USA. Oh, nice. I'd also love to go to the US at some point. East Coast, Florida. Nice. If I go to the US, is Florida worth going to? I think Florida's got Disneyland, is that right? Build a staircase. That's slightly dangerous. Might need to rethink the staircase. Yes, I've been to Hong Kong Disneyland, but I imagine that's nothing compared to the American one. Okay, but maybe I just keep going down. I'm trying to work out what I want, and I think this isn't actually going to facilitate it. So let's build the room first and then work out the stairs later. Okay, this is going to be so cute, and I'm so excited. I reckon we go back one more, just we've got a little more space here. And then we cover that with glass. I usually like to do a light grey glass because the regular glass looks awful. Do I not have any grass down here? Is this all moss? That's hilarious. Well, that makes sense because the grass wouldn't have grown. It's just dirt. Let's make this all grass for the little cows. Cows like grass. So what's directly above here? The ground. Cool. Directly above here is the tools. Cool. If you put 2 sets of stairs in a 4x2 and dig a 3x2 hole, put a lever in the hole and put a piston, that makes a table. That sounds cute. Never done that before. 2 sets of stairs in a 4x2. Let's try it. I should get out of this hole though. This hole is not the ideal place to try this. Let's try it out here. Assuming 4x2 like this way. And dig a 3x2 hole and put a lever in the hole and put a piston upright. That makes a table. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not following. It could just be me being slow today, but I'm not quite sure what you're talking about there. Okay, this is the space I have to build stairs. Oh damn, I did have it right. Where do I put the hole then? Wrong way. Okay, let's try again. Just so they face each other? Like this? And then where do I put the hole? Put a YouTube video of it. Okay, we can check it out. This might have to be another ladder situation, which probably actually doesn't work because you want to be able to carry the meat up. We keep trying. We're going to keep trying and we're going to make this work. It's so close to working. Maybe we could get it to work that way, because I think we've got a little more space that way. Oh no, but the door's there. I've lost the stairs again. I keep losing the stairs. I'm not getting frustrated by this at all. I'm fine. This isn't driving me crazy. This is just gonna, if this works, this is just gonna be in the middle of the room. Well, it fits, you just can't get to the smoker if you do this. So maybe we just have to rearrange a bit. No, I hate it. I hate it. We're gonna have to rethink the stairs situation. Because I love everything else that's going on here. In fact, I might just hollow out this roof a bit more. Because it feels very cramped. Okay, so we gotta think this through. I reckon it's gonna have to be a ladder. I just think it's gonna have to be a ladder. I don't think there's any two ways about it. We'll dress it up nice so the ladder at least looks okay. But I'm getting real sick of ladders. So we need a bunch of cows. And then the other thing is if we can get some sort of... Don't tell me cows can climb ladders. Fellas. Fellas. Fellas, get out of my frickin' ladder. Why can cows climb ladders? I'm sorry. I didn't want to have to do this, but I cannot have you up my ladder. You were the chosen one. You were going to survive. I need to look at mechanically whether the butchers and the leather workers need to actually be able to access the cows, because that's going to really change what I do here. You know what? I'm just going to assume they do, because that would make sense. Uploading it, but it's going to take a while because your internet sucks. That's all good. Even if I don't get to look at it today, I'll definitely have a look later. So they just need to come down here to get to the cows. Can quickly get in before the cows try and climb the ladder, which is apparently something they can do. So what else do I put in here? Because now I've got all this empty corner. 20 minutes might be a bit long for me to watch on stream, but I'd definitely check it out later. Make a little counter. So you put those stairs on the edge, you just make a cute little counter moment there. I can move that lantern over to there. That can remain like that. I can chuck a window in here. And reuse these panes. Might even make it a double high window. Full wall window? Am I crazy? Alright, that's our leather worker. Our cow worker area. I feel like that cauldron should be full of water. I really like grouping the villagers into friends. Like having a cute little Bill and Sons where they all do their different kinds of smithing together. And having the leather worker and the butcher using the same cows just makes a load of sense. Okay, so I said next we're gonna need a stone cutter because they are also going to be loud. I just think they're different enough from all of the kind of smithy things that they should have their own building. I think I'm gonna get rid of this tree. I think it's not doing anyone any favours. I did like the idea of having this set back, but I think it's going to set it back too far from the village. It's not going to make it feel connected, which is what we want. We're not building a bunch of houses or a bunch of businesses. We're building a village. And I want it to have a real connected village vibe. There we go. I'm happy to have this one here because I feel like that does sort of separate the farm and fisherman section with sort of moving into the village proper. Oh, that looks awful. What if it... Oh, two a time. So this is the island. Down here we've got the pier. And here we've got the fisherman's cottage, so we can jump right off this boat. Come into the little fisherman's sort of office workspace down here. Then go up here to the bedroom. Then over here we've got the farm with the wagon and the tool shed. And over here we've got Bill and Sons, which does smithery. We've got the blacksmith, the weapons and the tools. And then up here they've got their little break area, rooftop sort of garden moment. I actually don't know how to make mods. I would love to learn, but it's definitely not something I'm qualified to do. Over here we've got the leather worker and butcher, who sort of work together and have their underground cows. And that's all we've got so far. But next we are going to make our stonemasons. I just haven't decided where they're going to go yet. I kind of like having this corner moment here, so I might put the masons like up here so we can keep a lot of the trees and sort of, obviously we need to start curving the village around because that's where the island goes. So I think the stonemasons are going to be up here. Again, does not need to be very big because it literally just has to fit this in it. Well, thank you for subscribing. It's been really nice hanging out with you. Okay. Oh, I was going to fix this because this looks awful. That's right. I think oak signs might solve our problems. Just along the top there. I'm so not used to making flat roofs either, so that could be throwing me off. Oh, I love how that's hanging. Looks like it's hanging off the roof because it's not connected to the wall. That's unintentionally brilliant. And if anyone asks, I did do that on purpose. I hate that. What if I put an item frame with some leather in it? And then item frames with stake on each side. We'll be back and come back when it's done. Alright, I'll probably only be streaming for another half hour or so, so if I don't see you, I'll look forward to seeing you next week, and I'll look forward to seeing what you're making. Okay, so stone. Problem is I've just made this whole thing out of stone, so now I've got to come up with a different aesthetic. We haven't used any of the granite yet, so I could... I think we're going to start with a granite foundation and maybe even granite pillars. I think this is going to be a cute little 4x4 moment. And you'll note that a lot of these places don't have beds in them, and that's because we're going to put houses up here. This is just sort of the business centre of the town. Granite is not the most beautiful block. I'm gonna level with you. It's the CBD, it's the Central Business District, you're absolutely right. This seems insane to have this pillar this tall. Polished granite? Does that look better? Okay, no, that is a cute pillar moment. I'm gonna probably do the walls in stone, but as a pillar moment, I super vibe it. Especially for a stonemasons. Wait, if I put walls on this is only going to be 2x2 inside. I guess it's going to be a teeny tiny shop. Maybe we even polished deep slate might be the vibe. Why have I made this 2x2? Why have I made this even again? Every time I complain about making it even, and then I forget. It's fine. Just make it one wider, and that will solve all of our problems. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, but then we can just do the walls on the outside. That's the whole point of walls, is that you still get the depth without needing to make the actual inside smaller. It means I do need to replace all of this with granite. The suggestion to use the polished granite was genius. I might even leave that open. Like, this doesn't seem like a place that's going to get worryingly cold. I think we can just have a half wall front. Which was my original concept. I said that earlier and then completely forgot about it. Was to do more of a stall situation than a... My brain just stopped working, but that's okay. Okay, she's cute. She's cute as hell. And I love her. The deep slate is absolutely not something that was in the palette before, but I guess it is now. Windows, interesting. I don't know if it needs windows if I'm having it fully open like this. Like, you get all of that. I think we're okay in terms of windows. Is granite stairs a thing? Yes, even polished granite stairs are a thing, which I love. I'm so excited for me. Boop, 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 boop. This is going to end up being a lot taller than I want it to be, isn't it? Why did I delete that one? Okay, we need one more before we start doing a level one and then working down the other way. Da, 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 ba, da, da, da. Pardon my sniffing. It would be so much nicer if I could get that in one block, but I cannot, so that's okay. It's going to be real hard to place a stair on the bottom half there. I'm going to have to get rid of that and put it back in. Have I gone too hard on the granite here? Yes. Do I regret it? No. Get out of there. Could be fun to do a video where you're not allowed to delete blocks. Oh. Fun for who? Yeah, we're definitely going to have to build out the edges here. Fun for the viewer. You would think that. You are the viewer. What about me and my needs? No, that does actually sound like fun. Well, no, it sounds awful, but it sounds like good content. Come on. It can be so hard to just get the stairs in the right direction. Okay, and then we fill that in. Looks, I think you're right about the fact we're going to need windows for that, because that looks crazy. Although, how often are we gonna see it from the back? I think if we extend the roof one, we can make this look a lot better. Just like you would with a roof on a normal house. I like how I said I don't need this to be too big, and I've made it enormous. Chuck a big painting on the back. No one will know. Fake window. It's weird. Is it weird enough to fix? Let's look at it from the front. Ooh, we definitely need to do that with the front of the roof as well. I need to blow my nose, and I left my tissues on the other side of the room. So I'm going to do a little obstacle course thing and be right back. Oh, hey. It's me again. Get rid of that microphone. I'm not using that one. This, I can't tell whether this is a really cute building or the ugliest building I've ever built. Let me know. Because I genuinely do not. The video is almost done. Exciting. Okay, these two are very close to each other in a way I did not expect, but can we make it work for us? I don't know how we'd make it work for us. So I'm gonna leave that thought to later. Beam. What we need is a beam. I think all my problems will be solved with beams. Maybe even a wooden beam? Like, I know this is a stone cutters, but they're allowed to use wood if they want to. That looks so bad. That was a tragic decision. Does that work? Or is this is just gonna be, okay, that kind of works. Okay, but what if these guys go over to the rooftop garden and have lunch with the Smiths? Right? That's cute as hell, and I love it. I've lost the stone cutter. It's... I think it looks so weird, just sort of framed there, that we're gonna make it weirder. I think we just got to embrace it. I think let's stick with the black glass vibe that we've got going on. Especially because this building already has so much that's not already used in the palette. This is just the weirdest room I've ever built. Truly. The stone cutters. And we get this path. And we continue it around. I think we don't connect it up there because I think that's a little secret. I think we... Do we connect this path up here as well? I think we do end up connecting these two paths. I think that's the way to go. I got trying to be rude. Is that a typo? Did you mean you're not trying to be rude? Because you're definitely not being rude. Okay, no, this is cute because we can have... This is like this open... I love autocorrect. It gives you all the funniest moments. I'm trying to think if there are other places I can bring this granite in earlier, just so that it's less abrasive. But also it's kind of fun that it's so abrasive. Let's just get rid of the leaves that are directly above the path. The villagers aren't going to get confused by the fact there's no doors, right? That's not going to be a big deal. I love this just open grassy space in the middle here. Okay. Crystal Garrison is the channel. It's the same sky as your profile. Let's have a look. I'll say, as I say, if it's too long I might not be able to watch it on stream, but I am excited to see the concept because it sounds really fun. To make a table. It's 1 minute. Yeah, we can have a look at this. The crystal's showing us how to make a table. Let me see if I can get my setup. Oh, hold on, it's playing. Get my setup so that you can see it. Just need to add a window. Window capture. There you go, you should be able to see that now. Let's put it under my head though. We can't have me invisible. I'm too important. I've put it under Minecraft. There we go. Let's have a peek. Oh, is this on mobile? That's crazy, just seeing it done with a finger. Oh right, so the pistons go in the middle. Okay, let's have a look. All levers. And then pistons. Okay. Damn. Mobile be crazy. Let's have a look. That's cute. I definitely need to try that. Hold on. Let me get my chat back up. Okay, let's give that a try. I'm wondering, I'm gonna use these stairs just to give it a little extra spice. Yeah, make sure you get enough sleep. Because it's probably Wednesday then, wouldn't it be? It's already the middle of the afternoon on Thursday here. It's like 4:15. You know what, that's going in a different direction and it's not going to bother us. Shit. I put those too high. Piston. I love it. I will definitely remember that. We definitely need to have a beautiful communal eating space in this village, so I'm definitely going to find a place to use that in this build. And I imagine I will find places to use it in plenty of other builds as well. I think I want to have sort of a less formal, but still a bit of a track down to the farm. So I'm going to use stone and packed mud path to create less of a formal path than this, but still more of a trodden path. I think that's I love that you can just still hear them mooing. Could you make a lava tower or make water in the nether? Water in the nether is very hard to do because, I mean, you just put it in a cauldron. A lava tower is super cute. I don't think it quite works with this build. I did make a full, like, lava house once in the nether, and that was rad. I'm like, I kind of want to just go make a lava tower right now. It's definitely not the vibe for this village, but I think that's all the time I have for this village today anyway, so I might set spawn here so I don't get lost, and go find somewhere else to make a lava tower quickly. This is actually conveniently a perfect place to make a lava tower. I'm not going to make it a huge tower, because I don't think it needs to be. Oh, I've made it not square, but you know what? It's a vibe. So I'm just sort of putting in a frame right now, but this will not stay, which is why I did not put any thought into what block I used. I can't do even numbers. It's a building disaster. Debug stick. Ah, what? I didn't know water logging worked in the nether. I guess that makes sense. When I said I was going to remove all of this granite, I lied. I am going to keep these little feature moments on the corners. Wait, no, how many blocks high was this? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5 we delete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the one we're actually going to use. Let's see if this works. Oh, I missed one. I really don't like... I've completely forgotten what I was going to say, I'm going to be honest. I don't even remember what I don't like. I would like the lava not to go down that block. That's going to be hard to do. I think I just go all the way down. Oh, no, I've done it in the wrong place. I've just done it completely in the wrong place. But it's okay, it'll make it easier to do here. Oh, it's so hard to see. I think I need to pull up the lava. Please let me get out of the lava. Oh, it's so unpleasant. It's so unpleasant. would not recommend swimming in lava as a hobby. In Minecraft or in real life. Both incredibly unpleasant, it would seem. Although I can't say which is more unpleasant. We'll have to work that out. Come on, lava, fall. It just takes so long. Oh, it's because we're in the overworld. I'm not used to building with lava in the overworld. Okay, so we just build that all the way up. I don't know what that's actually going to achieve, but I've done it now, so... Then I think we go all the way out. What do you mean by a giant fishbowl? You said that earlier and I did not know what you meant. I've done a mistake. And a mistake this early in the game can be fatal. We're gonna have to wait for it to sink all the way again. It was gonna look so good too. It wasn't sinking because I forgot to make it sink. Let's see if we can help this out here. Just go a little faster. There we go. Now I can put the lava back in to the correct spot this time. Oh no. I'm doing some damage control here, but I think I'm making it worse. Lava can be so difficult to work with in Minecraft. Just liquids in general can be so difficult. I think I've saved it though. Just need to... I don't know if this is exactly what you had in mind, but when I hear lava tower, this is what I think. It's a big old tower that's just primarily made out of lava. I might even do a little granite rim at the bottom. I think the fishbowl with the villager in it is a really cute idea, but unfortunately I have somewhere I need to be at 5, which is about a half-hour drive away, so I really have to go. But it's been rad. Thanks for coming and hanging out and for showing me something new. I do this at the same time every week, so hopefully I'll see you again soon. Talia out.